There is a waterfall in Iceland that most tourists never find. While the famous cascades like Skogafoss and Seljalandsfoss draw thousands of visitors every single day, this hidden gem sits quietly in a remote valley, waiting for those willing to venture off the beaten path. Iceland is a land of extraordinary natural beauty, but its most breathtaking moments are rarely found along the main ring road. They are tucked away in places where the wind howls, the ground is soft with moss, and the only sound you hear is the thunderous rush of water crashing against ancient volcanic rock. This is the kind of experience that changes how you see the world, and it begins with knowing where to look. The journey to reach this waterfall is not a simple one. It requires leaving the comfort of paved roads and driving along rugged gravel tracks that wind through lava fields and open highland terrain. A four-wheel drive vehicle is absolutely essential here. The landscape shifts dramatically as you move further from the coastal towns, transforming from flat farmland into something that feels almost otherworldly. Jagged black rock formations rise from the earth, steam vents hiss quietly in the distance, and the sky stretches endlessly above you in shades of grey and silver. There are no signs pointing the way, no gift shops, and no tour buses pulling into a parking lot. Just raw, unfiltered Iceland in its most honest form. The drive itself becomes part of the experience, a slow and deliberate immersion into a world that feels untouched by modern life. When the waterfall finally comes into view, the impact is immediate and overwhelming. It drops from a towering cliff face with incredible force, sending a fine mist into the surrounding air that catches the light in the most extraordinary way. On a clear day, small rainbows form and dissolve in the spray, flickering in and out of existence like something from a dream. The water is glacial, impossibly clear, and moves with a power that reminds you just how small you are in comparison to the natural world. Standing at the base, you feel the vibration of the falls in your chest, a deep and rhythmic pulse that is both humbling and exhilarating, and perhaps most remarkably, you are completely alone. No crowds, no noise from other visitors, no one jostling for the perfect photograph. Just you, the water, and the ancient Icelandic landscape stretching out in every direction. The area surrounding the waterfall is just as stunning as the falls themselves. Thick carpets of bright green moss cover every rock and surface, creating a vivid contrast against the dark volcanic stone beneath. Wildflowers grow in small clusters along the riverbank, their delicate colors surprisingly vibrant against such a dramatic backdrop. The river that flows from the base of the falls carves its way through the valley floor, moving swiftly over smooth stones before disappearing around a distant bend. Arctic terns circle overhead, their sharp calls cutting through the sound of the rushing water. If you are lucky and patient, you might even spot an Arctic fox, picking its way carefully along the far bank, pausing occasionally to glance in your direction with curious amber eyes. Experiences like this are becoming increasingly rare in a world where travel has become more accessible and popular destinations grow more crowded every year. Iceland itself has seen a dramatic rise in tourism over the past decade, and the pressure on its most iconic sites is very real and very visible. But the country is vast, and for those willing to do the research, plan carefully and embrace a little uncertainty, there are still places that feel genuinely undiscovered. This waterfall is one of them. It asks nothing of you except your time and your willingness to be present. In return, it offers something that no famous landmark surrounded by crowds ever truly can, which is a moment of pure, uninterrupted connection with one of the most powerful forces on Earth. That kind of silence, broken only by falling water, is something worth traveling a very long way to find.